Good morning everyone, it's Sarah Joanne and I am live here at 10:30 in the UK and I'm here with tip 8 of my 12 days of amazing angel tarot tips. I'm a little bit tired this morning and I feel like I've got a throb in my throat, so if my voice goes I apologise, and I don't know why that's from. I was out yesterday afternoon, so I don't know if it's from that. I'm drinking Prosecco and drinking lots of water. So I'm just going to share this now and I'll get on to tip 8. And today with tip 8 we are sharing all about the kings and queens in the Angel Tarot deck. So ignore the noise from my computer for the moment while I just get this shared, and I'm waiting for a few people to join me hopefully. So yeah, the last tip yesterday was about the pages and the knights, and I shared that via YouTube video because I wasn't able to go live yesterday. And then today we're going to have a bit of focus on the kings and queens of the Angel Tarot deck. So I'll just find my video and share it. I apologise because it just seems to be taking a long time on my computer this morning for me to be able to share it. So as I said before, we're focusing on the Angel Tarot deck, and the reason why I like the tarot is because it's cross-transferable to other decks. So the tarot has the same structure across all decks. So you could buy cat tarot, you could buy unicorn tarot, you could buy fairy tarot, and they all basically have the same structure. So once you get to know the structure and understand that, you can cross transfer and use this same structure, where with oracle cards or oracle guidance cards, things like that, they all tend to have different structures. So that's why I use the Angel Tarot. So today we're going to focus on the queens and the kings. And the queens, in the Angel Tarot deck, I've talked about the fact we've got the major arcana, and then it goes on to the aces, which is the next most important. And then following on from that, you've got the court cards. And the court cards are the pages, the knights, the queens and the kings. So today I'm just going to focus typically on the kings and queens, so you can understand a little bit more about them. And then if you're following these tips, and if you are following them and you're just following me live and you want to make sure you've watched every video, or you want to know more about how you can just read the cards for yourself, if you register at the top of this post and put your email, I'll put the link in. If you click it, put your email in, you'll get the links to all the videos. So you'll get the links to the past videos, but you'll get the links to the videos coming up as well. So that's really good for you, because you can then just review it in your own time or leisure. You've not got to basically scroll or do anything looking in the Facebook groups and getting a bit fed up and going, oh, Sarah Joanne, I can't find this tip. You know, it's all there for you, so to speak. So, as I've said before, there's 4 suits within the Angel Tarot, or with any Angel Tarot deck. And the 4 suits are Michael, which is the suit of challenges, and it's also swords in the traditional tarot deck. And then you've got the suit of Ariel, and Ariel is all about coins and money and matters of finance, matters of material things. You've then got Gabriel, and Gabriel, we looked at Gabriel yesterday with the Knight and Page, and they're about work. So things that require work, our careers, you know, mainly about working, and things we do for a job, that sort of thing, but also things that may require work. And then you've also got Raphael, and I love this suit, and the suit of Raphael is all about love, and we all need love, don't we? We all want to feel loved, and to me, you know, with everything that I do and connect with the universe, the one thing that I've learned is the thing that's most important in all of our lives is love, and having love and being loved and sharing love. So the suit of Raphael is all about love, is my favourite, and it represents cups in the traditional tarot. And just going back to Ariel, relating to money, that relates to pentacles in the traditional tarot, and Gabriel relates to wands in the traditional tarot, just in case you missed that, because I didn't share that just before. But that's all on the previous videos anyway, if you catch up with those. So today we're going to focus on the suit of Michael, but with the Queen and the King. And you've got the Queen of Michael here, and when you draw the Queen of Michael in, say, this Angel Tarot deck, and you drew it for yourself, this can mean 2 things. It can represent a person, and it can also represent the situation. okay? So, and this is where it gets a little bit more complex, but it's really worth taking the time to understand this and get to know the cards, because when you do, you can give so much more of an in-depth reading. And you really can, because the tarot does that. And I think it does that more than typical oracle cards. But that's just my personal opinion. So, the Queen of Michael, if you think about the suit of Michael, Michael is all about challenges. It's about things that we need to overcome, obstacles, challenges that we face in life. And if you think about the Queen of Michael and think about her as a person, I'll just put it up close there. You've got somebody who's sat on a throne, and she's very smiley, to be honest. She's dressed in blue. I feel that's very relevant. She's got lots of flowers and abundance around her. And you can see the steps leading up to her throne. And if we think about the personality and what sort of personality she will have, she would have quite a challenging personality. And for each Queen and King or Page and Knight in these decks, they all have certain types of personality. So I'm going to describe this personality, and there will be somebody in your life that you can picture and think, yeah, that's like the Queen of Michael. So the Queen of Michael is somebody who can be quite challenging, as in she's quite open, she says what she thinks, she doesn't hold back saying what she thinks. She's also quite a career woman, and if you think about a businesswoman or what they can be like, she can be quite cutthroat. She will have climbed the steps to where she needs to go, or she's very aware of the steps she needs to climb to get up to where she is. She's often very funny and very smiley and funny and really humorous, but she's also she means business. She's not messing about, she's usually in quite a good career, or she's on the way to a good career path. And she will also call you out for things. So if you're a friend and she thinks your boyfriend is a dick, she'll say your boyfriend's a dick. I don't like him, he does this, you shouldn't let him treat you like that, She'll tell you straight. And she's the sort of personality that's the Queen of Michael. But saying that as well, she does have a softer side to her. When she has a friend, she's very loyal. She can, treat them, spend money on them, and be quite generous in terms of material things as well. But if you don't give her that loyalty back, or if you're constantly draining her time or holding her back, she will move on. And she will just move on. So she's quite selfish in some ways, but then actually quite admirable, because she knows what she wants, she knows what she's out to get, and she'll go and get it. So she's quite ambitious as a person. And we all know people like this. We all know people who are like the Queen of Michael's. And the Queens are always adults. So they're always people who are about 25 plus, early 20s plus. So they're definitely adults. And if I think of a Queen of Michael, I think about people in the world who would be a Queen of Michael. Theresa May would definitely be a Queen of Michael. I don't know if she has much sense of humour, but I'm sure she does outside of Parliament. She probably just doesn't show it. Who else would I think of? Margaret Thatcher would have definitely been another one. I'm just trying to think of somebody who's quite... I'll tell you who else would be. Pink would be the singer. She would be quite like a Queen of Michael, as in she's quite ambitious. She's got to go in where she is. She says how it is. She says, she's not frightened of saying what she thinks, says it out quite clearly. And I'm sure if you watch this video and you watch the replay, please comment. Please say who you also think could be a Queen of Michael. So what this basically means, when you get this card in a reading, it's either saying that you're going to come across somebody like the Queen of Michael, and whether the card next to it or before it is positive, and after it, if it's positive, it means it's going to be a positive experience. Or sometimes it can mean that we need to adopt more qualities like the Queen of Michael. So we need to toughen up, we need to be a bit stronger. We need to bring some of her personality into us, so to speak. And then if we don't feel it's a queen, or it's a person or a situation, it just generally relates to the meaning of the suit. So it literally means challenges. So it means that there may be some challenges around our career, or things we need to overcome in the next, few days or whatever timing it is of the reading. So that's the Queen of Michael, and I hope that just gives you a little bit of insight, of how we can get a bit more in depth with the Angel Tarot. And then I'm just going to go on to the King now as well. And so this is the King of Michael, and if you notice here, you've got an angel with his arms closed, is stood outside a castle on the path up on the way up to the castle. He's got his wings. If you look, one is open and one is half across him. And that's quite relevant as well. And there's a big castle behind him, and it's almost like he's blocking the way, like he's stopping you coming in. So the King of Michael, if you think about it, is very similar to the Queen of Michael, but he's a male personality. So he is somebody who is adult, is 25 plus, and he is generally somebody, again, who's a businessman, who's quite cutthroat. So people like this tend to be solicitors, lawyers, like I say, barristers. They can be policemen. They could be in the army, to be honest, and have a uniform. A lot of uniform careers that are quite, strict and, have the procedures and the policies and the process can be like, these sort of businessmen. It can often be in the world of finance, so he could work on the stock market or something like that. He will be, but not a typical accountant. He's not somebody like that. He's more somebody who is, very ambitious in business and like I said, quite cutthroat. And he also, his personality would be the same. He would be, know where he wants to go, be very single-minded, be quite black and white, call things out if he doesn't agree with things, be very loyal to friends, etc. But at the end of the day, if they're not sticking with him and they're not, it's not a two-way relationship, he wouldn't think about leaving you behind. But then has a very soft side to him as well, and be very supportive and loving. But ultimately, he does like to think about himself and what he wants and what he wants out of his life. He's very clear and directed about that. But that is not such a bad thing. I'm making them sound like they're extremely selfish, which they can be, but they can also be very loving and very supportive and very good friends. Also tend to be very humorous and very funny, but you know where you are with them. There's no black or white. No grey, sorry, it's very black and white. So if you were to get the King of Michael, this means mean that you're going to meet a man who's like this, and maybe of benefit, it may not be of benefit, depending on the card afterwards. And it also may mean that you need to adopt more of a masculine approach, more of his type of personality when you get it in a card. And if it wasn't that, and it wasn't a person you were feeling it of, this general situation of this card would mean that there's going to be challenges. And almost, if you look at Archangel Michael here, he's blocking the path to the fortress. And this is really saying, there will be challenges if you're stopping things flowing, if you're stopping things moving. You can't get past him on this path. So really this is a message saying, if you're not open to negotiation, things may be blocked, things may stop. That's ultimately what that means. So that's the King of Michael. So that's a little bit of a card focus on the Queen and Kings, and it gives you an idea. Excuse me, because I feel like my voice is going. Oh, God. It gives you an idea of what detail you can go into with the Angel Tarot and what you can see. So, and that you have different personalities in there, you have different types of people. And if you get those in a reading, basically, you can really go into detail about people and be people that are going to kind of come across. You can describe that person and that personality. So when they do meet somebody like that, they're like, oh yeah, I know what this is. I've had this in a reading. I know who this person is. I know they're going to be good for me. I know they're not going to be so good for me. Or I need to adopt those kind of personalities and bring them into my personality to maybe toughen up in some way. So, I will leave you with that before I have another coughing fit. I will be back tomorrow with tip 9. If you want these tips, please register. And at the end of these 12 days, you know, if you want to work with me in a deeper way, if you're watching these tarot tips and you're thinking, you know what, I really love this, I would really love to read more detail, I've got a course coming up which the doors will open on the 12th of December, which really helps you tap into Angel Tarot and work with me in a deeper way to do this. If not, that's also fine, because you can follow these tips and you can use the tips for yourself. And if you're not in Sarah Joanne's Angel Tarot Guidance group, join the group, because in the group we're pulling a daily card and we're using our intuition to tap into the cards and looking at what we can see in them, so we can really start tapping into our intuition ourselves. And I'm encouraging people who are following it to also pull their own daily cards, so we can really start to understand the cards for you and yourself as well. So join me in that as well. I'll be back tomorrow. I need to think what time I'm going to be up. I will be up tomorrow, and I will probably do it around 9:30 tomorrow morning. I'll be live with tip 9. Okay, so I'm sending you all love and angel blessings. I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, tell your friends it's on. And I will see you all tomorrow at 9:30. Thank you. Bye.